welcome into another episode of Action Talk. I'm your host, Mark Saavedra, and I'm joined by my co-host, Thomas Shafer. And let's just dive right into this beautiful slate of games. And let's start with the Miami Dolphins heading to Las Vegas to face the Raiders. Fins favored by 3 here. How are you feeling about this one, Thomas?
I really like the Dolphins here. They're 11-3 against the spread this season. That's best in the NFL. The Raiders, we kind of don't know where they're at with their quarterback, Derek Carr or Marcus Mariota. Mariota had a nice game when he came in against the Chargers, but I'm not concerned about that. I don't care if Rich Gannon's back there, Jim Plunkett, any of the Raiders legends, they're not winning this game and they're not going to cover this game. I really like the Dolphins. Tua has been pretty efficient this season, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So I really like Brian Flores to get the win and cover here.
Hey, man, there you go. You sound like me last week giving my best bet. Flores is going to get it, and I couldn't agree more, man. I think this is the guy for the future. I think they made the absolute best hire they could have. They got the right guy. So I love Brian Flores, and I'm rolling with the Fins here. Love that -3. The Raiders' defense is absolutely horrendous, so you can't trust them. They're 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games, and I've been telling you off camera, I don't think Tua's it. But for gambling, man, he's 6-1 against the spread as a starter. So how can you fade that? Rolling with the Dolphins, rolling with Tua. And I don't think there's really much more we need to say on that one. So let's move to man, this one hurts. Let's move to the Steeler game. Usually I'm excited to talk Steelers. I love when we have Steelers on the show, or if it's my best bet. But my God, how do we lose to the damn Bengals? Whatever, we're not doing a recap. Sorry, moving forward. Colts at Steelers. Colts favored by 2 here, Thomas. What are you feeling about this one?
I think a lot of people are overreacting to the last couple of weeks. The Steelers, it hasn't looked great, and I know that I've said on here that they kind of didn't beat anybody. That they tripped up, and they could struggle in December, late December, and into the playoffs. But I kind of think the Colts are starting to struggle a little bit. They've struggled 2 out of the last 3 weeks against the Houston Texans. We both got that. I don't know if you bought the point, but I know I got a push on that because I liked the Colts last week and they didn't cover a push. I'll get my money back, but that's neither here or there. So I don't know about this Colts team. I'm still a little bit skeptical about them. And I just think there's too much value with the Steelers as a home underdog. You're getting plus money, plus 115. I like them to get back on track because they cannot lose 4 games in a row. That's just not going to happen. They get the win here, and you're going to be happy on Monday.
Look, man, I hope I will never bet against the Steelers unless Ben is hurt. Last year I did it, when Mason Rudolph was there because I hate Mason Rudolph. People call me a bad fan. Sorry, man, I bet my wallet. Anyway, I will be sprinkling Steelers money line, but my bet for this one, honestly, is going to be the under because we have 2 old quarterbacks. People are starting to, there's rumors that Ben might be hurt or he's not 100%. We know Phillip Rivers isn't 100%. 2 old dudes, not at 100%, who throw the ball really quick because they're afraid of getting hurt against 2 good defenses. I don't know how it's going to go well for the total for overbettors, so I'm going with the under here. I know 44.5 is low, but got to go with that under, man. I really like the Colts defense. I know they're not the best when it comes to pass. I think they're 17th overall, but against a struggling Ben Roethlisberger and a struggling wide receiving core, I think the under is going to hit here. I don't know how many points we're going to score. It's definitely going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, I do like that pick too. That's not going to be my play. I'm probably not going to touch that, but I do like that as a lead. That's a good number. And the Steelers are still first in the NFL in sacks. So, they're still getting after the quarterback. I just think they get over the hump this week. They're not dropping 4 games in a row. It's just not happening. I know you're emotional. I know this was a tough loss for you. I had them -14. So, I just had a little bit on it, but still that's a loss. And I just think that the Colts are going to run out of steam this week in Pittsburgh.
We'll see. I know that we are tremendous when it comes to getting after the quarterback, but Phillip Rivers has taken the second least sacks, only behind Ben Roethlisberger, of course. Like I said, they get rid of the ball quick. They know who they want to throw to. Phillip Rivers' decision-making has been better than Ben's as of late, much better than Ben's as of late. So it's going to be hard to roll with that Steelers money line. I definitely will because I'm a homer, but I like that under. two good defenses. I think the Colts defense is going to start trending in the right direction. So I already took up like a minute and a half on that last one. Roll with the under. Thomas, you like Steelers money line. Let's move on to a great divisional matchup. We've got the Rams going to Seattle to face the Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 1.5. This line's been bouncing around. Over under at 47.5. Thomas, how you feeling about this one?
Me and you talked off camera before, probably over a month and a half ago, and I said that, Russell Wilson looked hurt and he doesn't look the same like he did in the beginning of the season, where he was pretty much the MVP frontrunner. It was pretty much his trophy, award, whatever you want to call it, to lose. And he's really struggled recently, and you saw that with the Giants game, even with Washington when they went in and played Dwayne Haskins. I know that defense is a top 5 defense, but he didn't look great, and they barely squeaked out that win against one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL, in my opinion. So I really like the Rams. I know that they just took a bad loss to the Jets, and I'm mad that I didn't bet that, because I had like 2 weeks where I was like, oh, they're going to win. They're going to win. I'm like, oh, they're not going to win this game, and they won. But I think Jared Goff's just up and down, and that's just how it is. And that was just one of those games. And I think that they get back on track this weekend. They do have the number 1 ranked defense going against Russell Wilson, who has recently struggled against very, very good defenses.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, Goff struggles, but at least he's going against a piss-poor defense in the Seahawks. And to your point on the Rams loss, I think it was a look ahead, right? Like they lost because they're looking ahead to Seattle. So I'm hoping that's the case. That's what I'm telling myself, because I'm rolling with the Rams as well. So I'm hoping McVay's just been really eyeing that Seahawks game. He knows how important it is for playoff implications and getting the first place in the division, excuse me. So I hope that's what the case is. I'm rolling with that plus money. I think Rams win this one. We know McVay dominates the division. And these teams, the Rams have had 10 unders hit this season. The Seahawks have had 8. I think public's thinking, oh, Rams, Seahawks, shootout. It's going to score a lot. Based on what I just said with those numbers, and I love fading the public, I'm going to go with the under here. So double pick there. I'm going to go with Rams money line and the under.
I like that. And then we're going to go to the Sunday night game. We have the Titans taking on the Green Bay Packers. I don't know what the spread is at this moment. I have it here saying 3.5 and the Packers favorite. I don't know. What do you have?
I have it at 3, man. It depends where you get it, at what time you get it. Sunday night late, because I'm a degenerate, it was like 4.5 or 5, depending on where you got it. And it's going down. People are really loving the Titans. And I was loving the Titans, and I grabbed them at 4.5. So I was feeling really confident. And then I was like, oh, man, how everyone's doing it. I don't know how to feel. Thomas, what are you thinking here on this one? This is a tough one.
I really like the Titans to win this game. And it's not because I'm a Packer, or not, almost said I'm a Packer fan. It's not because I'm a Viking fan, but it's because good teams in December that play really well are teams that run the ball, and they can run the ball. Derrick Henry has been on an absolute tear this last month. It is unbelievable what this guy does every season at the end of the season, because he usually starts off a little bit slow and then he just takes off weeks, 13 through 17. It's unbelievable what this guy does. And I still kind of like him as an outside shot to win the MVP. He's still 22-1 odds, and he's going against the Packers in some really bad rush defenses this last 2 weeks. So just a little side note, I'm still pushing that, but I really like the Titans. I think they travel well with the run defense or run offense. And Ryan Tannehill, Pro Bowl snub. That was awful. 33 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. How isn't this guy in the Pro Bowl? Unbelievable.
I'm loving that you're on this Tannehill train now, because I was telling you about how I liked him last week or whatever. We're not getting on there. We've argued about that too many times. Man, like I said, I loved Titans 4.5. I don't know if I could bet against the Packers right now. They can run the ball very well. Aaron Rodgers in the middle of an MVP season. It's hard. And, this is December. This is when Aaron Rodgers is hot too. So how do you go against them? And I don't know if the Titans are really as great as we think they are. Their defense struggles a lot. in the passing game. So I don't know, man. This is really going to be a matter of, is Derrick Henry going to dominate more than Aaron Rodgers is capable of dominating? Because we know Aaron Jones is going to come out. He's going to do his thing. But Derrick Henry's going to have to break a couple free men and get some long runs going, because, God, it's going to be hard being Aaron Rodgers right now. And I want to bet Titans. It's just so hard. I don't know if I can come to it. I took the 4.5. I love that. If you can buy the 1.5 on the 3.5, I'd do that.
Well, slow down on the Aaron Rodgers for MVP. I mean, he didn't have that great of a game against the Carolina Panthers, and how many wins do they have? So let's slow down. I think there's way too much juice on Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, he only needs to average a little over 160 yards a game to get that 2,000 yards that only so many few greats and elite running backs have gotten into that conversation to getting that. And I think he can win this MVP. And I think that they're going to win this game. They lead the NFL in points. The Tennessee Titans lead the NFL in points, if you can believe that. This offense is rolling. I know the defense is a little bit suspect, but I really like this team, and I got to roll with them with the plus money. There's a lot of good plus monies out there this week, and I love it.
Yeah, I wish we could do an hour-long podcast, because there definitely is some good plus money out there. Like I said, I would just buy the 1.5, whatever you could do. I really like that 4.5. The Packers have surrendered the past couple backdoor covers and pushes with field goals lately, the past couple weeks. And the Titans have covered the last 3 road games. So they could potentially cover the spread. I don't know if they're going to win this one. Like I said, it's Aaron Rodgers. Man, it's hard to bet against them right now. But I'm really hoping Titans win. My bet is plus 4.5. I grabbed it early in the week. I'm sticking to it, try and buy it up. That's my move.
I think the problem is that you love Aaron Rodgers as much as I love Derrick Henry. So I think that's where we're a little split there.
I don't know. I'm kind of hopping off the Rodgers train, if you can believe that. Even though he's in the middle of an MVP season, I'm hopping off it, if you can believe that.
No, I can't believe that, because you do that often, where you love somebody, then you hate them, then you love them and you hate them. And I understand why you do that. It's because these people cost you money. That's why you hate them. It's not because you're a flip-flopper. I'm not saying that. It's because these people are costing you money at certain times. So you either love them when they're winning you money, or you hate them when they're not winning you money.
Yeah, that's why I'm never mad at Patrick Mahomes, because I usually just take a money line and I'm happy. I mean, I love the Chiefs, so there you go. They never burn me. But whatever. Something that I haven't gotten burned on too often. I'm 8-5. My best bets, pretty solid. This week, my best bet, Chargers money line. I'm just rolling money line for these best bets, but I'm trying to pick games with those low spreads. Like I always say, don't like picking the low spreads. But rolling with Chargers money line. Everyone's down on them. And, man, going against a Broncos team that's weak, I like that matchup. So rolling with the Chargers money line. Thomas, what's your best bet of the week?
I really do like that pick, but I'm going to go with your Steelers, and we're going to get this win. Don't worry. Don't touch this game. I don't want you to bet on the Colts. Just stay away from this, please. This is my best bet, plus 115. Too much juice for a team that's 11-3. I mean, come on. Like, in the beginning of the season, we weren't thinking that this team was going to be 11-3 through so many weeks. So let's relax. They still have a good record. They have still a great coach. They're going to figure it out. They're going to get this win this week, and we're going to win. And that BS push that I had last week on my best bet, let's get that out of our mind. That's just a tie. We're winning here.
What I'm hearing is it's time to double down. I don't know if that's what that means. I don't know. That's how I feel about a push, because it's like, how am I going to take this guy's advice 2 weeks? I'm expecting to put down 1 unit. I hate saying that. 2 weeks, 2 units. Hey, man, I don't know. Just considering it. I'm definitely not touching the game, because I got burned last week on Monday, and that was absolutely heart-wrenching and pathetic. So definitely not going to lose any more money on the Steelers, potentially, or the total. Moving on, favorite underdog, got to go with the Rams, plus 110. Like I said, McVay dominates his division. It's a small underdog, but I'm trying to get back on track here. I want to give a winning play, so going with the Rams, plus 110. What about you, Thomas? Who's your favorite underdog?
My favorite underdog, we just talked about this team, the Tennessee Titans. I love Derrick Henry, best running back in the NFL. I know you love Dalvin Cook, and I love him too because he's on my team, but this guy is just on another level. If he keeps this up for 2, 3, 4 more years, man, this guy is on his way to becoming a Hall of Fame running back. And you know how I have the Hall of Fame on a pedestal. Only the elite players get there. This guy is getting there. if he keeps this up for a couple more years, he's so good. I love this pick, getting plus money with the Titans in Green Bay. And before we hit this full screens and go to, the teasers and the parlays we're going to give out, since it's the season of giving, I actually got you something. I got a gift from Mark, and, it's the season of giving. We didn't really mention it. Christmas is coming up. I got Mark a gift because he's a great podcast host with me, and it's hard dealing with me. I am a very difficult person to work with. It might not seem like that on camera, but I am. So, I don't want anything from Mark. I got him a gift for just being a great host.
Wow, thank you, Thomas. That was so cute. We're talking about gambling, and you just had to have a nice, heartwarming moment. That's beautiful. Oh,
and it's also L.
Let's go. That is excellent gift wrapping. I'm not gonna lie, I do not know how to gift wrap, so I got you something, but it's not gonna be presented anywhere near as nicely. Not my style, but I got you something too. So
I actually have a separate YouTube channel, and it's all about gift wrapping. I know the best ways to gift wrap. That actually does better than our gambling, if you can believe that or not.
Wow, you should promote us on there then. Maybe we can get something going, and maybe we can do some origami, and maybe we can feature on the podcast over here. But enough of that nonsense. Moving on. Christmas is great. Let's make some money back, okay? Because we bought everyone gifts, and it's time to make some money back for ourselves so we can buy ourselves more gifts than we need. So, Thomas, here's my 6-team teaser. I'm loving the Bucks, Bears, Chiefs, Browns, Titans, and Bills. You tease all those by 6 points. I mean, my goodness, that is beautiful. So this is probably my favorite one of the season, to be brutally honest. So I'm going to put a couple units on this one.
So I said before on or off camera, I said, you know what? I'm not going to go against the spread. I'm not going to be greedy, but I'm going to go money line. And then I saw all the plus money out there, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so greedy. And this is what it is. We got the Steelers money line plus 115. Then we got the Titans plus 160. And we're going to put in the Dolphins minus 150. And that $10 bet pays out $83. I said I wasn't going to be greedy, but that's just so good. I'm taking that.
Let's roll with it, man. I'm with it. I'm putting a couple units on that one too. And thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Action Talk. Please be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Action Talk Bets. And happy holidays.